Okay, so now we're going to do the black hair. He's got a white star, black hair, and then the ears are last. And one of the things about the ears is they will break. So what I try and do is add enough hair coming over the top and around the side of the mandrel for the ears to really hold on to the hair. And I found they stop breaking or aren't as fragile. So I'm just going to put one glop of black down the back, and I'm going to take a glop of black, come around the front, and do the same thing on the other side, and then just a little right there in the middle. So if you look at some of those other people's horses on the page, you can see some of them really got into the manes. What's your name with all that extra bridal stuff and flowers, and man, there's a lot of glass on some of those rascals. And knock yourself out. One thing I'm going to do, since this one's I'm just going to put the mane off the back. One thing I do here is my trusty razor blade knife, and I used to make a lot of stringers and just try to do all the stringers and hope it looked like there were stringers, but this razor blade knife, for making it look like hair, I'm talking about the hair that's on the front of the horse's head. I'm just going to put a few lines and it's going to be fine. It looks like I laid stringers down there. Now you think I'm an expert stringer guy. Okay. So now I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit more, I think. Yeah. Get more heat in that body. We're really getting there now. It's starting to look like a horsey. So, let's see. So 3 horses were in the stable and they were talking to each other. And one horse says, hey, I raced 10 races and I won 5 of them. And the other horse says, well, that's nothing. I raced 25 and I won 20 of them. And the third horse says, I raced 50 and I won 35 of them. There's a greyhound laying over in the corner of the stable. He says, that's nothing. I raced 100 races and I won 98 of them. And one horse looks at the other and says, imagine that, a horse that can, or dog that can talk. Never mind, I blew that joke. Okay.
You ruined it.
I ruined it, didn't I? Oh well. I'm busy. Okay. All right. That's what the trainer says to the vet. Will my horse, will I ever be able to race my horse again? He said, yeah, and you'll probably be able to beat it too. Okay. All right. Oh. Now I'm going to turn my horse into a teddy bear. And that's what the ears look like until they're done. So I put the left one on first and decide where I want it, and that's that spot right there. And it really does hold on to the hair a lot. Do that same twisty stuff. And take my time. Bring it off, which means I got to go right back to the body. Now to make the ears, I use these guys, but all I really want is that point. You can use these things, which you all have for making necklaces and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up one ear, and I'm going to grab it and twist it. And now I'm going to grab the other side and twist it. And there's your teddy bear horse. You got the teddy bear. Oh. And this is the tricky part. All you want to do is, everybody's seen pictures of somebody riding on a horse where you look and you see the ears, right? The top of the head. What you don't want to do is, I don't have any water, is have it too sharp and too pointed. So that ear looks really good. Now I'm going to try and make the other ear do the same thing. And when I poked that, made the ear with that sharp point, other than futzing with the hair, I need to go to the hairdresser now. I think this sucker's history. Let's see.
Does that mean it lacks main appeal?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Who is that girl? Honey?
We don't know.
Those professors are.
Those history professors.
Okay. So one more big heat 'em up.
Science professors don't do
Is there a
such things.
kiln available there? Which way do I go?
Behind you.
Right behind me? That's
You
close.
can wheel back.
So all I'm really going to do is get this. This is a chestnut with a white star. And one thing I'd like to do with this horse is I would like to lower its head a little bit. So I'm going to put a lot of heat right there behind the head and right underneath there. And with my little flat guy, lower it. Adding the mane really helps keep the heat in the neck area that I worried about so much. But once I start adding that mane, it adds hot glass up in there. So I'm lower it just a little bit. And I think that's the shape I'm looking for. Ta-da! Thank you very much.